Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Paola, Kansas. We've got some high school softball action for you. We are currently in the 7th inning of the first game. This is a doubleheader for varsity. Was unable to get off of work in time to make it in time for the whole first game, but we got everything set up and ready to go, so figured might as well jump on and carry the end of this game. Top of the 7th inning, Fort Scott is leading 4-1 and have a runner on first, nobody out. Ryan Hilmer alongside Caden Carbajo. 1-1 pitch is to the backstop, so that sends the runner up to second. Pretty tight game here so far, though, 4-1. Stepping into the batter's box now for Fort Scott is Allie Brown, a senior, Pitt State commit.
You know, if we were in behind the backstop, that would have been
yeah, right back at you.
every time, yeah.
A good afternoon for some softball, though. About 70 degrees, a little breezy. Wind's kind of blowing out to left field. One's grounded towards the left side. Shortstop goes to second. Now going to get a rundown on the runner, and somehow she avoids the tag. That's Kinsley Brown back in safely at second. Still putting together some names and numbers here, as obviously we started late in this game. Fort Scott right now on the top of the 7th, nobody out, and runners on first and second. Runner almost broke for third, thought better of it. In the circle for Paola's number 25, Emmy Morris, senior. Once again, I don't have any lineups or anything for this game, really, just some names and numbers to reference on, but we'll have the full lineups for you in game number 2. 0-2 count, 1-1. Number 12, a sophomore, Allison Wheeler, in the box, left-handed hitter, has a 1-1 count. Bunts one towards third, spinning and getting the lead runner was the third baseman, Grace McCorkadale. That's a name.
I've heard of it, McCorkadale maybe? I don't know, maybe.
McCorkadale?
Yeah, I know you haven't done games here yet, but yeah.
It's the first game I've done here
right.
in Paola,
yeah.
covering for Brendan Bolin, usually on the call. That one's fouled off back towards us. That comes towards us, I'm making a play. So it looks like going to try to set some of the defense here for Paola. It's going to be a little bit difficult maybe because they're wearing their special pink out uniforms, and I think they might have some different numbers. Trying to make out some of the numbers. Bases are now loaded. Fort Scott up 4-1. You can hear that wind whipping in the microphone. It's at our back, headed out towards center, left center field. Somebody gets a hold of one, as we saw earlier from Fort Scott. You can probably get that thing out of here.
Let's go, choose, drive on here.
It's 22 at the plate. For Fort Scott, that is Rayleigh Cowan. One pitch is fouled off.
Big zone here, kid, big zone.
is lined to left field, and the catch is made for the second out. Runner from third tags and scores, so it's 5-1 Fort Scott. They hold the other two runners at first and second. It's now coming to bat, Aubrey Yarrick, number 24, Yarrick maybe. 2 on, 2 out. 4-run lead for the Tigers from Fort Scott. That one is popped up, shallow center field. Coming on to get it is the center fielder. Once again, I don't have the lineup or numbers, can't see that right now, but a good play made by the center fielder, and that ends the inning. Middle of 7, and Paola going to come to the plate, trying to tie this game up. Need 4 runs to prolong this game. This is Paola Sports Live or Paola Softball on Paola Sports Live.
Hi, ladies. Do you know what you want to drink?
Ooh, yeah, I'll have the unlimited coffee.
Me too. You got some coffee?
You know, back in my day, unlimited meant there were no limits.
But you need a
Tired of paying for unlimited offers that leave you feeling limited? Experience Limitless with Go Brawley.
If you're going to wear jewelry, shouldn't it be as unique as you? At Wilson's Jewelers, they can bring your ideas to life. Wilson's can also put old stones in new pieces, or new stones in old pieces, or even just repair what you already love. Wilson's Jewelers brings quality service and old world craftsmanship to the area by learning from jewelry masters from around the world. For 30 years, Wilson's Jewelers has been family owned and operated. When it comes to your adornments, trust Wilson's Jewelers, your personal jeweler.
Back here in Paola, bottom of the 7th inning. Panthers coming to the plate. Need 4 more runs to prolong this game. At the plate, Grace McCorkadale made a good play in the field. Third base, now batting with a 1-2 count. Fouls it off, good battle. Paola coming into this game 10-10, 3-7 in the league. Fort Scott, on the other hand, 13-4, 6-2 in the Southeast Kansas League. Head coach for Fort Scott is Danny Renfro. He's the coach of the year in the conference last year. Fort Scott was the regional champs last year. And head coach for Paola, Aaron Bedden, second season.
I think it's Badon. Yeah.
Badon?
Yeah, Badon.
Badon, okay.
Yeah.
I have pronunciation guides and I still can't read it right. One's lifted to left field. Left fielder comes on, makes the catch. That is number 12 out there. It's Allison Wheeler, the sophomore, making the catch left field for the first out. And next up for Paola will be a sophomore, Brielle Garcia. 1 out, nobody on. Circle for Fort Scott is J.C. Rogers doing the pitching. It's fouled off. One is popped up shallow on the infield. Second baseman able to make that play. That's 22, Rayleigh Cowan. Again, after this game, we'll have the full game number 2 for you. lineups your way. We'll have the pregame show. Just wanted to carry the end of this first game. Paola is going to need some work here now with 2 out. Stepping to the plate, Emmy Morris, a senior, and she watches strike 2 now, 0-2 on her.
She's a very good pitcher as well. We've seen a lot of, Brendan and I have seen a lot of her games last year and this year, and as her junior and senior years, you know, those tend to be the best years.
Swing and a miss there. A good pitch and a strikeout ends the inning and ends the game. So Fort Scott wins game 1, 5-1. And we will take a break about 20-25 minutes between games, but we'll come back in about 5 minutes and we'll start the pregame show and then get you all set for game number 2 coming up between Fort Scott and Paola. So this is Paola softball on Paola Sports Live, and we'll be back with more after this.
My experience at Strode Orthodontics was amazing. Like most people who had their first round of braces, I forgot to wear my retainer and so therefore had crooked teeth. I got engaged this year. I wanted straight teeth for my wedding, and so Dr. Strode was able to give me Invisalign, and now I have the straight smile that I've always wanted. We're gonna get such a welcoming experience here. The day of my wedding, I'm not going to be scared to take pictures. Now I can finally be confident with my smile on that big day.
Happy birthday! Thank you.
Watch this. Call your dad from that phone.
So you pay for a phone line just to laugh at kids?
No, my internet company makes me pay for the phone. Might as well get something out of it.
That internet?
No bundling required. Visit gobrawley.com to learn more.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Rusty Walters in Paola today at 913-294-2737.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
home for the Panthers. Paola Sports Live.
Taking the snap. They'll go play action. They're looking on the wheel route. Got a man wide open. It's Troutman. J.D. Troutman is going to go all the way for the touchdown.
Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Learn more about fast, reliable service and great customer service at gobrawley.com.
The outside shot. Wicker's blocked from behind by Kuhlman. Here comes Pitzer, though. Puts it right back. And one. Count the basket. Troutman, a nice pass underneath the Richmond. He's got himself 4 in the tie for Paola.
Play clock at 15. They'll take the snap. This will be a quarterback keeper and into the end zone.
It's time for the Panthers on your home for Paola High School Athletics. Paola Sports Live.
Well, good afternoon once again, everyone. Welcome to Paola, Kansas, the site of this afternoon and turning into this evening's high school softball game between the Fort Scott Tigers and the Paola Panthers. Fort Scott won game number 1 by a score of 5-1, so they improved their great record on the year to 14-4, and Paola dropped to 10-11. And we're getting you set now for game number 2, as this is the pregame show, and it's brought to us by Elliott Insurance Group. At Elliott Group, they believe building strong relationships with their clients and their community is the best way to serve them both. With offices throughout the area and online, go to elliottInsuranceGroup.com to learn more. Also should mention that our presenting sponsor is Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Experience a new kind of internet with Go Brawley. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit gobrawley.com. So like I mentioned, Fort Scott won game number 1, 5-1. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings on the east side of the state in Class 4A. Obviously doesn't include the first game this afternoon, but you can see Fort Scott right there at number 4 in the east, and that's big because I believe the top 4 teams get to host a regional, so that would be big for them as they're now 14-4, and Paola, you can see about midway down the standings, 10-11, still having a pretty good year, and they're going to try to get some revenge on the Tigers and turn things around in game number 2. In terms of Paola's season so far, this is their schedule. You can see they've now lost 4 straight games after winning 3 in a row. They lost, or they split a doubleheader with Baldwin and then got swept by Spring Hill and lost their first game against Fort Scott here this afternoon. So, like I said, they'll try to turn their fortunes around a little bit and get back in the win column here this evening. As for Fort Scott, this is their schedule so far this year. They are on a roll as they have now won, 8 straight games, even more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight. And coming up in game number 2, going to try to keep that going. So a couple of good softball teams going to go at it here. Ryan Hilmer alongside Caden Carbajo, and we'll bring all the action to you. This is the Elliott Insurance Group pregame show. We'll take a break and have more on the other side.
Struggling at school? Feeling like no one understands you? The stress and worry of growing up and life in general can truly feel overwhelming. You might feel like you can't or don't want to talk to your parents or friends. That's when you need an ally. The team at Allies Therapeutic Services is uniquely qualified to provide the support, guidance, and treatment for children and teens. With a wide range of therapies to meet you where you are. Everyone needs an ally. Learn more at alliestherapy.com.
The Fun 99 menu, always $1.99 each.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. The all-new Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic.
Looking for a taste of home-cooked goodness and a welcoming hometown atmosphere? Look no further than Circle C Cafe in Paola. Indulge in mouth-watering breakfast that'll jumpstart your day, or savor the hearty lunches with farm-fresh ingredients that'll make your taste buds dance. Circle C Cafe, where delicious food and friendly faces come together. Stop in and see them at 1305 Baptiste in Paola. Circle C Cafe, hometown flavors, hometown pride. Find them at facebook.com/Circle C Cafe.
Live remarkably at Colonial Oaks Spring Hill. The caring, loving, and qualified staff of professionals at Colonial Oaks offers your loved ones the care they need with the compassion they deserve. With a wide range of services, Colonial Oaks can meet a variety of needs, including with their Rhythm of the Day Memory Care program or on-site therapy with Empower Me Wellness. Residents enjoy 3 delicious restaurant-style meals daily, all with the support of the Colonial Oaks team. Learn more at colonialoaks.com.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at elliottInsuranceGroup.com.
State coordinates of new land acquisition.
Oh, you know that big oak tree that got struck by lightning?
Negative.
The barn with the funny cow mural?
Negative.
One-eyed scarecrow?
Negative.
Giant water tower? You're not from here, are you?
I've never seen him.
Robots don't know you. We do.
Hey, how's your dad doing?
For over 80 years, we've built relationships first and plans second. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Rusty Walters in Paola today at 913-294-2737.
Auction Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Looks like we got a little giveaway here in between games. This is the pink out game for Paola. Try to turn the crowd mic up a little bit. Maybe you can hear it.
Casey was the winner on
All right, looks like they're wrapping it up, taking a little team photo there. I'm going to finish inputting my lineups. We'll take another break, and then I'll tell you about those starting lineups on the other side. This is the Elliott Insurance Group pregame show on Paola Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right. The first time, Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Stupid Go Brawley internet.
Go Brawley allows you complete control over internet usage for all devices in your home from anywhere, as it should be. Visit GoBrawley.com to learn more.
Bringing the law to your corner. That's Hartley Law Group. Attorney Jerry Hartley and her staff are dedicated to working for the results you want and to help you determine what actions you can take. Specializing in criminal defense, family law, guardianship and adoption, estate planning, probate, and trust litigation. To learn more, call 913-294-4512 or visit HartleyLawGroupLLC.com. The choice of a law firm and attorney are important decisions and should not be based solely on advertisements or websites.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
My experience at Strode Orthodontics was amazing. Like most people who had their first round of braces, I forgot to wear my retainer and so therefore had crooked teeth. I got engaged this year. I wanted straight teeth for my wedding, and so Dr. Strode was able to give me Invisalign, and now I have the straight smile that I've always wanted. We're gonna get such a welcoming experience here. The day of my wedding, I'm not going to be scared to take pictures. Now I can finally be confident with my smile on that big day.
Happy birthday! Thank you.
Watch this. Call your dad from that phone.
So you pay for a phone line just to laugh at kids?
No, my internet company makes me pay for the phone. Might as well get something out of it.
That internet?
No bundling required. Visit GoBrawley.com to learn more.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Rusty Walters in Paola today at 913-294-2737.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
welcome back here. This is the Elliott Insurance Group pregame show. Time now for the starting lineups. First for the visitors, Fort Scott. They come into play at 14-4, and their lineup will look like this. Leading things off is Allie Brown, the shortstop. Batting second, Allison Wheeler in left field. Abby Gorman is in center field. Batting cleanup will be Rayleigh Cowan at second base. Doing the catching is Aubrey Yarrick. And Heimer will be in right field. Didn't have her on my roster, but I saw her last name is Heimer, so I hope I'm getting that right. J.C. Rogers, the third baseman. Lexi Forrester, the designated player. Kinsley Brown is the first baseman. And Lakin Farley will be doing the pitching and is the flex player. For Paola, their starting lineup looks like this. Kristlyn Hadlock will lead things off and play center field. Riley Zimmerman batting second, playing shortstop. Ellie Smale doing the pitching, batting third. Grace McCorkadale hitting cleanup and playing third base. Brielle Garcia will be in left field. Rachel Astrup will be in right field. Caitlin Bowsey doing the catching. Taylor Huffman is the designated player. And Kylie Hines, the second baseman, and rounding things out. And at first base and the flex player is Haley Matherly. So just about set to go here. I think we might have a little bit more of a warm-up taking place here. We had a little bit of a presentation in between games, so that slowed things down just a hair. I showed you the standings and each team's schedule coming into play, so I think we are pretty well set up. This has been the pregame show, and it's brought to us by Elliott Insurance Group. At Elliott Group, they believe building strong relationships with their clients and their community is the best way to serve them both, with offices throughout the area and online at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com. So let's go ahead and just step aside. We will wait for this one to get going. Should be maybe 5 minutes or so. But I'll put it on begin soon, and we should have some live high school softball on the other side here. Fort Scott Tigers playing the Paola Panthers in game number 2. Fort Scott won the first game 5-1. We'll see if Paola can get some revenge after this. right, welcome back here to Paola. The pregame show is over with. Once again, I should mention our presenting sponsor is Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Experience a new kind of internet with Go Brawley. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit gobrawley.com. Just about set to go here. Ryan Hilmer alongside Caden Carbajo on Paola Sports Live. And Allie Brown, the shortstop for Fort Scott, will stand in against Ellie Smale doing the pitching. First pitch was a ball to Brown. Next one a little upstairs, 2-0. Fort Scott won game number 1, 5-1. They are now 14-4 on the year, sitting at number 4 in the standings on the east side of the state. Paola just dropped under 500, now at 10-11. All of a sudden, a 3-0 count on the leadoff hitter. Don't have the best angle here as we got here a little bit late, and the best spots were already taken, so. Opening game walk here for Brown, so she'll be down on first. So 1 on, nobody out for Allison Wheeler in left field, batting second. Bunt attempt pulled back by Wheeler. Both of the corners were crashing hard there for Paola. See if Wheeler tries another one. Oh, one's an off-speed pitch, drops in there. Runner goes for second and steals it. So Allie Brown with the stolen base moves up into scoring position.
You know, mind you, the view we have of second base is right behind
the post
pillar.
there.
Yeah, it is right behind the.
She did take a little bit of a shot to the face, it looked like.
Okay.
I think the shortstop coming over might have kneed her or something, but she looks to be okay. The coach came out to check on her. 0-2 is the count on Wheeler. And she went. They'll complete the strikeout down to first, so that is the first out. And the first strikeout from Smale. So 1 out, runner on second for Abby Gorman, center fielder, batting third. Another lefty. Grounded towards second base. A nice stop there by Hines, but not going to have a play. Good job on keeping that in the infield. So we'll have runners at the corners now. Still just 1 out. Cleanup hitter Rayleigh Cowan playing second base. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Runner headed towards second, no throw. So now runners on second and third with 1 out. Cowan, a right-handed batter, playing second base. RBI opportunity here. One pitch is popped up. It could get out of play, but catcher Bowsey took a look at it. Couldn't quite get over there. It did stay in play. 1-2 now the count. It's getting a pretty good afternoon turning into evening for softball.
It's great.
1-2 delivery is an off-speed pitch that's lined down the third baseline and fair. 1 run is in, 2 runs are going to score, and a 2 RBI double for Rayleigh Cowan puts Fort Scott on top 2-0 here early. Brown and Gorman both score. So after Fort Scott won the first game 5-1, they jump out to a 2-0 lead here, top of the first. Now a runner on second for the catcher, Yarick. Runner heads towards third. It was a pretty good throw, but the tag not in time. Stealing third base is Cowan. Another big RBI opportunity, runner on third, 1 out. Yarick grounds one toward the third baseman, McCorkadale. She makes the play, gonna get the runner in a pickle. A runner back to third, 1 more throw, they should tag her. What a great job of staying in that rundown, and now the runner headed towards third. They'll tag her out as well. No, they say she's safe. Nice heads-up play, though, by Paola. Yarick does make it all the way around to third base on the fielder's choice. Cowan was cut down in the pickle for the second out. They'll bring Heimer, the right fielder, up. Still a runner on third, 2 out now. Great job by McCorkadale at third base, recognizing the runner was headed home on the contact play. There's Heimer, an off-speed pitch from Smale is a good one, swung on and missed. Paola trying to get out of this top of the first and into the dugout, just down by 2. The one skips away a little bit from Bowsy. Runner headed towards the plate and out on the flip from Bowsy to Smale. That was a nice play, almost a wild pitch, but a great play by the catcher Bowsy to cut down Yarick at home plate, and that is the third out. So we'll take a break, and Paola will come to bat. This is Paola Softball on Paola Sports Live.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
At Olathe Health, we perform cutting-edge surgical procedures because changing lives with innovative care drives us, one patient at a time. Olathe Health, advanced healthcare, advancing lives.
If you're off your game because of pain or injury, turn to Olathe Health because orthopedics is our game. Joint repair and replacement, chronic conditions and injuries, hand surgery, sports medicine. Make an appointment today.
Welcome back. Time for the bottom of the first after Fort Scott scored 2 in the top half. A couple of nice defensive plays by Paola, one by the third baseman McCorkadale, and then a lot of girls got involved in the rundown there, and then Bowsy behind the plate made a pretty nice block, flipped it to Smale, and they tagged out the runner trying to come home. So Paola will come to bat with Kristlyn Hadlock, the center fielder, leading it off, and she's got a 2-0 count. Swing and a miss on a bit of a slash attempt there. That pitch is right in there on the corner, evens it up 2-2.
Yeah, Kristlyn, if she can get on base, she's pretty fast on the bases,
yep.
on the base paths there. So, yeah.
And she foul tipped it into the catcher's glove, so a strikeout for the first out, and that'll bring Riley Zimmerman, the shortstop, up. Now each pitcher with one strikeout. Fouled out of play by Zimmerman.
Well, if it ever hits the roof of the dugout, it makes a very loud noise. So, we always, the first time it happened,
It's tapped right back to the pitcher, and Farley throws on to first to Brown, and that is the second out. 2 up, 2 down for Farley, and that'll bring Ellie Smale, the pitcher, up.
usually when we play these games, there's 3 other games going on.
Yeah, this is the lone one here.
At the same time, so kind of glad there's just this one game going on.
Don't have to keep your head on a swivel as much, right?
Yeah.
Get some foul balls coming from the other fields.
Yeah.
So foul ball and a bunt attempt there. Go ahead.
Yes, there was a ball a couple weeks ago that it went right over my head. But yeah,
close call.
We
huh?
are good. I was more worried about the camera.
Yeah, that's fair.
For the broadcast sake, but I guess the camera can be replaced and I cannot. So.
Yeah, speak for yourself. The bosses that pay the bills might not say the same.
No, I know. Like, well, why do you just let it hit you? I'm like, well.
Good eye there after fouling that second pitch back to the screen. 1-2 count on Smale.
Hey, you watch what I say on here. No,
That one is upstairs. Another good eye. Even up 2-2. Tried to drop in an off-speed pitch that time, but it fills up the count, 3-2. Swing and a miss. At the second strikeout in the inning for Farley, and 3 up, 3 down for Paola. So we will head to inning number 2 with Fort Scott up 2-0. This is Paola softball on Paola Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Panther fans can find us at 310 North Hospital Drive in Paola or 913-294-3713. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Welcome back. Top of the second inning, 2-0 Fort Scott as they come back to the plate. And Heimer, the right fielder, will lead things off. Scored 2 runs off of 2 hits. Nobody left on in the first inning. Ellie Smale back to work in the circle, struck out 1 and walked 1 in the first inning. That one is lined nicely over the second baseman's head into right center field. Clean base hit for Heimer, so she's on to lead off the second inning. That'll bring J.C. Rogers, the third baseman, up. Nobody out, runner on first. See if Heimer tries to steal second. 2 steals already for Fort Scott. not running, and the first pitch is upstairs to J.C. Rogers. Bunt attempt here. McCorkadale crashing hard, throws over to first, and it ends up hitting the runner. Hopefully she's all right. They're going to keep the runner at third. Man, that hit her right in the back of the helmet.
Oh.
And there is some obvious concern for her. The coach is out taking a look. It's great hustle by Rogers, getting down that first baseline on the bunt attempt. Heimer, the lead runner, got all the way down to third. But right now the concern is for J.C. Rogers. And we will step aside as she is flat on her back as coaches and trainers out attending to her. So give you an update on the other side. This is Paola softball.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Thank you.
Can I help you today?
No thanks. I'm just looking. Oh, this is cute. So?
You wouldn't do it there. So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Like they're the fashion police.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Hey, great party. Oh, thanks. Here you go. One hamburger, medium well. This is well done. No. That's medium well. What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned. That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Welcome back here. So good news as J.C. Rogers was up on her feet and walked off the field. There's going to be a replacement. She went to the dugout, and number 16, let me pull up that real quick. That's going to be Danny McNeil that is going to replace Rogers. Hopefully she's okay. It took her a while to kind of sit up and get walked off the field. Hopefully that was more of just precautionary. So Danny McNeil is going to be on second base. So they advanced the runner up to second. And to the plate, Lexi Forrester, the designated player. Right-handed hitter, has runners on second and third. Still nobody out. Pitch down and in. Hitters count here for Forrester. Good pitch there. Another good pitch right in there. Now that evens things up 2-2. It's a big situation for Smale and Paola. With nobody out and 2 runners in scoring position. A strikeout would go a long way here. A swing and a miss, and she gets her strikeout. Second of the game. Like I said, that was a big one. The first out in the inning is now recorded, and Kinsley Brown, the first baseman, is next up for Fort Scott. In the dirt, Bowsy got away from her a little bit. Couldn't quite block that one down. So a run's gonna come in to score on the wild pitch. And up to third goes McNeil. It's now 3-0, Fort Scott. Strike right in there to Brown. Batting ninth, playing first base. Off-speed pitch stayed down. 2-1 now. There's a good block from Bowsy behind the plate. Hitters count at 3-1 though. See if Smale can work herself back into the count. In the dirt, another good stop. But the second walk given up by Smale will put runners at the corners, and that'll flip the lineup over. And next up, Allie Brown. She walked to lead the game off, stole a base, came around to score. Runner heading towards second. There will be no throw. So Kinsley Brown up to second. Now 2 runners in scoring position for Allie Brown. Lefty has a 1-0 count. Off-speed pitch. Didn't quite drop in there. Stayed upstairs, 2-0. That one very high, back to the screen. Bowsy flips to Smale, and they tag out the runner headed to the plate. That's kind of tough luck for McNeil, the runner from Fort Scott, as that ball bounced off the backstop right back to Bowsy. And they were able to cut her down for the second out. Up to third goes Kinsley Brown. Second time that has happened for Paola here. Bowsy flipping to Smale for a tag out at the plate. That was ball 4 on Allie Brown, so works the third walk given up of the game for Smale. Bowsy will go have a conversation. Puts runners at the corners for Allison Wheeler, who struck out swinging her first time up. Three to nothing, Fort Scott. They got runners on the corners, and runner was already taken off for second. Pitch was in the dirt, no throw anyway. One and 0 count to Wheeler. Taps it towards first base. Over with it on the flip. Motherly trying to flip it to Hines. Got past her. Couple runs come in to score, and up to second goes Wheeler. That was going to be a pretty tough play. Both Browns come in to score. Makes it 5-0 Fort Scott. Wheeler on second. Abby Gorman, the center fielder, to the plate now, singled and came around to score first time up. Grounds one towards the right side. Hines flips to Motherly, and that is the inning. But not before 3 more runs come across for Fort Scott. They now lead it 5-0. We'll head to the bottom of the second. This is Paola softball presented by Go Brawley.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
They say you can't put a price on fun, but at Sonic, fun is exactly $1.99 for your favorites like the quarter-pound double cheeseburger. So take that, they. The Fun 99 menu, always $1.99 each.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. The all-new Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic.
My name is Dr. Claire Strode. I'm the owner and orthodontist here at Strode Orthodontics. You may run into me out at the soccer fields or out on the baseball diamonds. The things that I love most about orthodontics are when patients tell me how much they enjoy their smile and how much more confidence they have after having their treatment. We love serving the families and people here in South Johnson County and also surrounding areas. And I look forward to serving you and your family.
Welcome back here to Paola. Some high school softball action for you. Bottom of the second inning. Fort Scott leading at 5-0. Paola went 3 up, 3 down in their half of the first, and so due up is the cleanup hitter, Grace McCorkadale. Made a nice play in the field in the first inning. This will be her first at bat. Watches strike one from Farley. Fouled off, now 0-2. Swinging a tapper, gonna stay foul. So McCorkadale still alive. On deck is Brielle Garcia. Swing and a miss on an elevated fastball. That is strikeout number 3 for Farley. 3 of the 4 outs have been strikeouts so far, and Brielle Garcia will stride in, the left fielder. On his line, a base hit between third base and shortstop into left field. That was a solid contact there for Garcia. That is the first hit of the game for Paola, and she's down on first for the right fielder, Rachel Astrup. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Paola's got their first base runner of the game. Fouled back to the screen, quickly 0-2 on Astrup. Swing tapped back to the pitcher. It's off her glove. This is going to be a tough play for the shortstop, Allie Brown. They throw behind the runner at second. They tag her out. The heads-up play. Brielle Garcia gets tagged out, and that'll end the inning. So a great play by Fort Scott. The double play ends things. We'll head to the third. They are up 5-0. This is Paola softball on Paola Sports Live.
If you're going to wear jewelry, shouldn't it be as unique as you? At Wilson's Jewelers, they can bring your ideas to life. Wilson's can also put old stones in new pieces, or new stones in old pieces, or even just repair what you already love. Wilson's Jewelers brings quality service and old world craftsmanship to the area by learning from jewelry masters from around the world. For 30 years, Wilson's Jewelers has been family owned and operated. When it comes to your adornments, trust Wilson's Jewelers, your personal jeweler.
Struggling at school, feeling like no one understands you? The stress and worry of growing up and life in general can truly feel overwhelming. You might feel like you can't or don't want to talk to your parents or friends. That's when you need an ally. The team at Allies Therapeutic Services is uniquely qualified to provide the support, guidance, and treatment for children and teens. With a wide range of therapies to meet you where you are. Everyone needs an ally. Learn more at alliestherapy.com.
Look back here to Paola, Kansas. Start of the third inning now. Fort Scott leading 5-0. Nice double play turned by them in the field. We're kind of an awkward angle here. I thought the runner at first was safe, but I was wrong. She was out, and then they turned the double play by throwing behind the runner at second. So here we are in the third. They'll have 4, 5, and 6 due up. First, the cleanup hitter is Rayleigh Cowan. Doubled and stole a base. She was the runner that got tagged out at home plate in the first inning on that almost wild pitch, but that nice play from Bowsey, flipping it to Smale. Not 100% sure what we're waiting on. Everybody's kind of glancing over to the third base dugout. It's out of our sight line.
See a couple of Fort Scott players, yeah. You know, I'm not sure what.
While we got a minute, though, we don't have halftime in softball, but the usual halftime sponsor for Paola Sports Live is brought to you by Rusty Walters, Farm Bureau Financial Services in Paola. Rusty and his team have been serving Paola and the surrounding area for more than 20 years. As your hometown agent, Farm Bureau Financial Services has the products to protect you with the service and customer care you've come to expect. Call 913-294-2737 or stop by and see them at 11 South Pearl in Paola. Should also mention that the opening pitch was brought to us by Miami Lumber, servicing Miami County since 1983. It's located at 1014 North Pearl Street in Paola. It's open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 to 3. Miami Lumber, your homegrown home improvement store. Like us on Facebook. So here we go with Rayleigh Cowan leading it off in the top of the third inning. Looks like a new pitcher for Paola. It's Brielle Garcia now. I was looking down right, and Caden, what happened? Runner went down to first anyway.
No, it was a walk, but no.
Okay, all right. So
no, it was a ball in the dirt, maybe a drop third strike, a wild pitch third strike.
That's what I get for looking down and riding.
No, I saw it, but then it didn't. I thought it hit it, but then it hit her, but I don't know. I didn't say.
Either way, we're gonna have a runner on first with nobody out.
It's been a long day.
I hear you.
Because the umpire went to the third base dugout, so I don't know. The last few sequence of events, I I don't know what they were doing. But
that's trying to set the defense as the new pitcher Garcia is out there, and a stolen base. Nobody covering second. It looks like Zimmerman has moved to left field. I'm going to try to get this figured out. Garcia kicks and fires right in there, 0-2. The batter is Aubrey Yarrick. Reached on a fielder's choice. Has an 0-2 count. 0-2 delivery up and in. So, yeah, Zimmerman was at shortstop. She's in left field. Garcia was in left field. She's now pitching. And Smale was pitching and is now at shortstop, if you follow. Fouled off there, still 1-2. Smale struck out 2, walked 3, had 1 wild pitch, gave up the 5 runs. Swing and a miss. First strikeout for Garcia. That'll bring Heimer to the plate with 1 out and a runner on second. Runner headed to third, late, a little bit of a delayed steal there, looked like. The tag wasn't in time. So down to third goes Cowan. Big scoring opportunity once again here for Fort Scott. Runner on third, 1 out. Heimer lifts one to right field, going to stay in play but foul. One pitch, just a bit inside. Now 3-1. Works the walk. Heimer on first, Cowan on third, runners at the corners. 1 out, and the batter is now Danny McNeil. Got a replacement here. McNeil was the runner that came in for the injured J.C. Rogers. Instead, it's number 5. Let me pull up the roster here. That's Elsa Bishop.
And there's a rundown at third.
A rundown at third here. Back safely, great backup. That ball almost got past everyone, but up to second goes Heimer. A couple runners in scoring position now for Bishop. A lot of moving parts here early on. Had an injury, pitching change, trying to set the defense. Runners at second and third, 1 out. That ran in and hit Bishop. So that'll load up the bases with just 1 out. Swing and a miss, 1-2 count. Nice job by Garcia. Could use a strikeout here. Called strike 3. Huge strikeout for Garcia. It's her second. That was Lexi Forrester going down, looking, I should say. Second out in the inning. Now Kinsley Brown. That one's popped up. Might have a chance over there. Motherly coming in, makes the catch in foul territory. And that ends the inning and ends the threat. Fort Scott leaves the bases loaded. Great job by Garcia and Paola to work out of that. And we'll head to the bottom of the third. Fort Scott up 5-0. Well, apologies. Had the computer program crash on me, but able to get it loaded back up. This is the bottom of the third inning. First pitch of the inning was grounded to shortstop by Caitlin Bowsey, and she was thrown out at first, so that was the first out of the bottom of the third. Now up is Taylor Huffman, designated player. 2-2 count on her. Swing and a miss. Fourth strikeout of the game for Farley. That's the second out here in the bottom of the third. Next up, Kylie Hines, the second baseman, batting ninth. This is her first at bat of the game. 2 out, nobody on. Fouled back. Two out, nobody on. 1-1 count to Hines, the second baseman. Watches a ball. Looked like it was pretty good. Not the best angle for us over here. Hitters count for Hines. Hear that wind whipping around in the crowd mic. Swing and a miss, evens things up 2-2. Only one hit so far. That was the lone base runner for Paola. That was Brielle Garcia, who got doubled off to end the second inning, and a swing and a miss. It's 2 straight strikeouts, and that ends the inning for Paola. It is now 5 strikeouts for Farley, and she's looking good so far. We'll head to inning number 4. Fort Scott up 5-0. This is Paola softball presented by Go Brawley.
Live remarkably at Colonial Oaks Spring Hill. The caring, loving, and qualified staff of professionals at Colonial Oaks offers your loved ones the care they need with the compassion they deserve. With a wide range of services, Colonial Oaks can meet a variety of needs, including with their Rhythm of the Day Memory Care program or on-site therapy with Empower Me Wellness. Residents enjoy 3 delicious restaurant-style meals daily, all with the support of the Colonial Oaks team. Learn more at colonialoaks.com.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Welcome back. Time for the top of the 4th inning. Get that switched over for you. Fort Scott leading 5-0. Top of the lineup now is Allie Brown is up. She has walked twice. Garcia still doing the pitching for Paola. Fires in, that one is low, and 3 walks now for Allie Brown. She's on first. Nobody out for Allison Wheeler, left fielder. struck out and then singled in her last at bat. Runner takes off towards second. Throw from Bowsy is not in time. So in there with another stolen base is Allie Brown. Swing and a miss on slash attempt there from Wheeler, now 0-2. Fouled off, back to the screen, still 0-2. Matherly down at first base, not Motherly. It's my mistake. Can't read my own handwriting sometimes, folks.
Neither could I. No.
So
high school. Well.
left to right around the infield, McCorkadale, Smale, Hines, and Matherly. Bowsy doing the catching for Garcia, who started out the game in left field. Zimmerman is now in left field, Hadlock in center, and Astrup in right. That is headed out towards Zimmerman and drops in front of her. Single for Wheeler. Puts runners on first and second for Abby Gorman, the center fielder. Corners are in on the infield, expecting a bunt here from Gorman, but she's the 3-hole hitter. Don't typically see them bunt a lot. Singled, scored a run in her first at bat, and then grounded out to the second baseman to end the second inning. Another good eye there, 2-0. Outside, gets away from Bowsy just a bit. Enough for both runners to advance. First wild pitch from Garcia. 3-0 pitch to Gorman was just a bit outside, maybe a little high. So the second walk of the inning. Second walk of the game given up by Garcia, and that loads up the bases. For Rayleigh Cowan, cleanup hitter. Couldn't ask for a better spot if you're a cleanup hitter. Bases loaded in front of you, nobody out. Good pitch in there, 0-1. Rayleigh has doubled and then reached first in the third inning. I'm not quite sure how still. I should look back at that. Grounded towards shortstop. She's going to come home first, but Bowsy couldn't handle the throw from Smale. It was a bit wide. Another run's going to come in to score, and up to second goes Cowan. Brown and Wheeler both score and make it 7-0 Fort Scott. Now Aubrey Yarrick, the catcher, up for the third time. Reached on a fielder's choice and then struck out in her last at bat. 7-0 Fort Scott. Got runners on second and third, and a solid line drive up the middle. That's going to drive in both runs. And Yarrick, a 2 RBI single. So 4 runs in the inning, make it 9-0 Fort Scott. Like we got a courtesy runner at first. I think that's 28. Didn't quite turn enough for me to see, but if it is 28, it's a sophomore in Bristol Marsh now running at first. Now headed up to second. Timeout here. We'll take a mound visit. We will be back in 30 seconds on Paola Sports Live.
Hey, where you going? Can't get by me. I'm #1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm #1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am the king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
I think we're going to have a new pitcher here for Paola. Turn around so I can get your number, and it's number 17, Ellie Smale, so I'm going to go back to her. Garcia's done. Smale will do the pitching again. Try to get the defense back set for you. I think Garcia's back out in left field. Zimmerman is back at shortstop. And Smale back doing the pitching. Runner on second, nobody out, a 9-0 lead for Fort Scott. Heimer, the right fielder, up to the plate. Sun's starting to set out west. The breeze is becoming a little bit chilly as that one's grounded towards shortstop. Zimmerman throws across the diamond. Good stretch by Matherly. They call her out. Didn't see a signal. Must not have. Fort Scott fans thinking that Matherly came off the bag. Umpire is going to have a quick discussion. Either way, up to third goes Yarick. I'm going to call her out. And they will call her out. So 6-3 for the first out from Zimmerman. I'll bring the 7th batter of the inning up to the plate, Elsa Bishop. This will be her second at-bat, was hit by a pitch her first time up. Runner did advance up to third. That one is drilled, going to left center field, up and out of here. Elsa Bishop goes yard, a 2-run home run. Drives in Yarick as well and make it 11-0 Fort Scott. She really got a hold of that one, didn't need the wind. The wind was kind of died down at that point. Two-run shot from Bishop has extended this lead out to 11. Next up, Lexi Forrester, the designated player, trying to keep things going for Fort Scott. We've seen they got a powerful offense. One-on-one count to Forrester. Base is empty, 1 out. Smale trying to go off speed. Fort Scott fans having a bit of a chuckle here as one of the youngsters is going around to retrieve that home run ball. Was putting in some good hustle. 3-1 count. Out in front of that one, foul ball fills up the count to Forrester. She struck out swinging and looking so far. Here's the full count delivery, swung on and fouled off. We'll do it again. When grounded, just foul. McCorkadale touched that, it was just foul.
The sound you hear at the old ballpark.
Yep.
I'm not sure.
Got a lot going on out here, to be honest. Here's another full count pitch in the dirt. Another walk given up. That's the 4th walk of the game from Smale. So Forrester on first for Kinsley Brown. So just 1 out here in the inning. Brown walked, came around to score first time up, then popped out to the first baseman Matherly. End the 3rd inning. That pitch is in there, 1-1. Nothing beats a little fun at the old ballpark.
That's great.
Swing and a ground ball headed towards Zimmerman at shortstop. She flips to Hines at second for 1 out. And they cut down the lead runner, Forrester, and on first is Kinsley Brown on the fielder's choice. Now 2 out in the inning. Runner on first as the lineup flips over again for Allie Brown. Has walked all 3 times she has been to the plate. Swing and a miss there. Runner heads towards second. Excuse me, and Kinsley Brown steals second. Now a runner in scoring position for Allie Brown. Is lined to left field. It's going to be caught out there. Bad angle for us here, but it's caught by Garcia in left field, so that ends the inning. But not before Fort Scott sends 10 batters to the plate here, and they come up with 6 more runs, and they now lead it 11-0. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th on Paola Sports Live.
For 50 years, Elliott Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliott Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliott Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliott Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at elliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Hey, call insurance agent.
Insurance agent not found in contact.
Call insurance company.
Insurance company is currently closed. Please call back during business hours. For directions, press 1. For billing, press 2.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Don't worry, we're going to get this taken care of.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Rusty Walters in Paola today at 913-294-2737.
Welcome back here to Paola. It is the bottom half of the 4th inning now, 11-0. Fort Scott leads it. Back to the top of the lineup now is Chrislyn Hadlock. As Farley has faced the minimum, only one hit so far for Paola. That was Brielle Garcia, who had a single but was doubled off, so 9 batters through the first 3 innings. That's all that Farley's faced, and now a pop-up to Allie Brown at shortstop. And that will retire Hadlock to start off the bottom of the 4th. Next up, Riley Zimmerman, the shortstop. Played left field for a stint, now back at shortstop. Tapped out right back to the pitcher, her first time up. That one in the dirt, 1-0. Swing and a miss, evens it up. Farley has been in an absolute rhythm so far. 5 strikeouts, hasn't allowed a walk, and like I said, only that 1 hit. That one fouled back to the screen. Ooh, that one in the dirt. Got past the catcher Yarick and got the umpire a little bit. To walk that one off. Two and 2 is the count. Two and 2 delivery is just a bit inside. That's a good eye. Fills up the count, 3 and 2. Payoff pitch is a 1-hopper towards the second baseman, Cowan. She makes the play. 4-3 for the second out. It was a dipping line drive right at her. 1 hop to her. That's not always an easy play, but made it look easy. 2 out, nobody on for Ellie Smale. Back doing the pitching. Just missed, 1-0. On Smale, that's just a bit high. Back to the screen, 2-0. Fort Scott leads at 11-0. Paola looking to get some base runners and try and work themselves back into this game. Swing and a miss, good cut there. Smale struck out in her first at bat. Nice job to lay off that high pitch, 3-1. Got to be okay with taking some walks here, getting some base runners if you're the Panthers. Next pitch was a good one, had to be fouled off. Fills up the count with 2 out, nobody on. Ball 4, good eye. That's the first walk given up by Farley. And down to first goes Smale. So a runner on with 2 outs for Grace McCorkadale, third baseman, who struck out her first time up. Big cut and a miss. Another good cut and a miss. Couldn't make contact though. Maybe an off-speed pitch from Farley that time. Quickly 0-2. Grace needs to battle up now. That is grounded up the middle and off the second baseman's glove. Nice effort out there from Cowan. But that'll be the second hit of the game for Paola. First for McCorkadale, and she's down to first. Up to second is Smale. So 2 runners on with 2 out for Brielle Garcia, who had the lone hit before that last single. See what she does here. Good pitch, makes it 0-1. Good cut and a miss, though. Panthers maybe starting to figure out Farley a little bit. First time they've had 2 base runners on. That is popped high up on the right side of the infield. Cowan, the second baseman, will take control and put it away for the 3rd out. So Paola gets a couple on base, but they strand them. We will head to the 5th inning, and Fort Scott up 11-0. This is Paola softball on Paola Sports Live.
Auction Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right. The first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Welcome back here. You can see Caden with a nice shot of the sunset. Flag whipping in the wind as we get the 5th inning started. 2-3-4 due up for Fort Scott. First up is Allison Wheeler. She's got a 2-0 count. Smale still in the circle. Pitch is low in the dirt, now 3-0 count. Wheeler struck out, then singled in her next 2 at-bats, so 2 for 3. Off-speed pitch, watches it, ball 4. That is the 5th walk given up by Smale. Leadoff runner on first for Abby Gorman, center fielder. She has singled, grounded out, and walked, has scored 2 runs. Runner heading towards second. The throw down was a pretty good one. Tag not in time. Under that tag was Wheeler, so she steals second. Runner in scoring position. Oh, 0-1 count to Gorman. That pitch was a strike. That is lined to right field. A clean base hit out there. The runner will be held up at third. So now runners at the corners. Still nobody out. Second hit of the game for Gorman. Now bring up Rayleigh Cowan. She has reached base all 3 times. Showing bunt, pulls it back. Runner heads to second, no throw. Gorman up to second. RBI opportunity for Cowan. Already drove in a couple. Grounded left side. Zimmerman has a little bit of trouble with it and is not going to have a play as another run comes in to score. Wheeler comes in to score. Gorman stays at second. Score now 12-0, Fort Scott. Next up, Aubrey Yarrick. Catcher, and that one gets past the Paola catcher. Wild pitch, second one of the game for Smale, advances both runners. Another RBI opportunity for Yarrick, who's reached twice, has driven in 2 runs already. Swing lifted to left field. Garcia is out there. She makes the catch and a great throw home. That's going to hold up both runners. So Yarrick flies out to left. That's the first out of the inning. Next up will be the right fielder Heimer, who's singled, walked, and grounded out. Ball in the dirt, good block there by Bowsey. Upstairs, 2-0. Fouled off, had a play right side. 2-1 the count.
It's a nice little turnout for the fans tonight. Both sides.
It is, yeah. A great traveling contingent here from Fort Scott as well. It's not It's not the shortest drive. I don't know off the top of my head, but
yeah, I'm not sure what the exact is.
3-1 count here to Heimer. It is lined past shortstop. That was going to be a tough play for Zimmerman. 1 run is in. That was a dipping line drive. That was going to be really tough. We'll give Heimer a base hit and an RBI. Into score comes Gorman. Up to third goes Cowan. We'll have runners at the corners. And 13-0 now, Fort Scott. Wild pitch will send Heimer up to second.
Fort Scott is just under an hour. It said it was 56 minutes away. So
it's not bad, actually.
Yeah.
Thinking more along the lines of where I come from, kind of North Kansas City. It's quite the drive, but it's not too bad down here.
Yeah.
This one is lifted right side by Bishop. That's going to drop in front of the right fielder. Astrup was making a great effort at that, trying to dive for it. But a single will score another run as Cowan comes in to score, and up to third goes Heimer. Makes it 14-0. Fort Scott is just so dangerous at the plate, up and down that lineup. Got girls that can hurt you. Now Lexi Forrester, the designated player, struck out twice and then walked her last time up. Upstairs, 2-0. Off-speed pitch, just low, I guess, 3-0. Runner up to second with no throw. Forrester, 7th batter of the inning for the Tigers. Has a 3-1 count. Smale able to find the strike zone that last time. Low ball 4. Make it 6 walks given up. That loads up the bases for the 9-hole hitter, Kinsley Brown. Bowsy going to go out and have another conversation with Smale. The infield will gather inside the circle. Once again, our presenting sponsor is Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Experience a new kind of internet with Go Brawley. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit gobrawley.com. Swing and a miss there from Kinsley Brown with the bases loaded, 1 out. Fort Scott a big 14-0 lead. You're curious what the upcoming broadcast schedule looks like. I'll pop that up here after this pitch. It's high upstairs, 2-1. But on Paola Sports Live, Tuesday, May 6th will be the next broadcast. That'll be a girls' soccer game as Bonner Springs comes to town. And then Thursday, May 8th, they'll have a baseball doubleheader as Ottawa will be in town. It is low, 3 balls, 1 strike. Wind is kind of completely died down as the sun is setting. Turned into a really comfortable, nice evening. Lined foul right side.
Fort Scott is the home of MLB player Adam, well, former MLB player now, Adam LaRoche.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah.
It's low ball 4, so a bases loaded walk will bring in another run. This is the 7th walk given up by Smale. Heimer comes in to score. It's 15-0 Fort Scott. I think we're going to have another pitching change. So we will tell you about that on the other side. This is Panther softball on Paola Sports Live.
Hi, ladies. Do you know what you want to drink?
Ooh, yeah, I'll have the unlimited coffee.
Me too.
You got some coffee? You know, back in my day, unlimited meant there were no limits.
But you need a Tired of paying for unlimited offers that leave you feeling limited? Experience Limitless with Go Brawley.
If you're going to wear jewelry, shouldn't it be as unique as you? At Wilson's Jewelers, they can bring your ideas to life. Wilson's can also put old stones in new pieces, or new stones in old pieces, or even just repair what you already love. Wilson's Jewelers brings quality service and old world craftsmanship to the area by learning from jewelry masters from around the world. For 30 years, Wilson's Jewelers has been family owned and operated. When it comes to your adornments, trust Wilson's Jewelers, your personal jeweler.
Welcome back here. Garcia has come back in to pitch. Brielle Garcia. Smale will move to shortstop. Zimmerman out to left field. Just like the first time. And Allie Brown promptly lines one to right field. That is over the head and will get wedged in the bottom of the fence. 1 run is in, 2 runs in. They'll hold up the 3rd. And a 2 RBI double for Allie Brown. So this game just continues to go Fort Scott's way. 2 more runs in, make it 17-0. Paola is the home team, so they have to complete the inning. It's going to be tough to keep this thing going, though. The run rule is 10 after 5, so they're going to at least need 7 as it stands to keep this thing going. This could drive in a couple more as they bloop one in to shallow left center field. That is Allison Wheeler. Drives in another run. Now Abby Gorman. Runners at the corner. Lifted to left field. Just foul. Runner will move up to second. Good pitch there. 0-2 count here to Gorman. It's a ground ball towards the second baseman. Hines not able to make that play. They'll score another run. Now up Rayleigh Cowan as the runner will advance to second. Runners on second and third. Still just one out. Tigers getting a lot of at-bats as that one's grounded towards McCorkadale at third. The throw over to Matherly, couldn't control it. It was up the line just a little bit. Another run will walk in. A couple of errors here on Paola in the inning. Runner heads to second. The throw goes down. Now the runner comes home. And over to third goes Cowan. Make it 21-0. 3 touchdowns to nothing. Not really letting off the gas pedal either, Fort Scott. It's popped up. Bowsy might have a play on it. Good effort there, diving for that in foul territory. Couldn't quite come up with it. Aubrey Yarick is at the plate. She is the 13th batter of the inning. After 10 came to bat in the fourth. Swing and a miss. A strikeout there for Garcia. That is number 3 on the game for her. And the second out, a big strikeout. Runner will hold up at third for the right fielder, Heimer. Pitches back to the backstop again, and runner holds up. Three 3-0. Garcia starting to have some control issues, as Smale did a little bit. She allowed 7 walks. Garcia's walked 2, now 3. And that walk will put runners at the corners for Elsa Bishop, who earlier in this game and last inning hit a 2-run home run and hit a single and came around to score earlier in this inning. Up and outside, 2-1. Drilled foul down the left field line, well out of play, but just about at home run distance. Scout 2-2. Paola trying to get One more strike, one more out, get back into the dugout. Last 2 innings, they have been in the field a long time. I mentioned 10 batters came to the plate in the 4th, and this is starting to lose track. This is 16 here in this inning. Another ball. It's 4 walks from Garcia. It is 11 overall given up by Paola pitching. Loads up the bases with 2 out for Lexi Forrester. Back to the screen again, 3-0. Garcia's having a really tough time finding the strike zone now. It's in there, 3-1. Bases loaded walk. Score Cowan. Everybody moves up a base. Make it 22-0. Now Kinsley Brown walked earlier in the inning. Reached base 3 of 4 times. Grounded up the middle and through everybody. Into center, another base hit, a run comes in to score. So Kinsley Brown drives in another. Flip the lineup over again, and Allie Brown up.
Ooh. There's a lady that was looking down, and then she looked right up, because she heard the ball coming. She heard the ball. She didn't see the ball. It was so loud, right in front of her.
1-1 pitch outside. Got to think Paola doesn't really have anybody else they can go to. They've went to Smale twice and now Garcia twice. Is good pitch that time. Swing and a miss from Brown. Grounded towards second base, and that's going to be off the glove by Hines. 1 run comes in, another run going to come around to score. Make it 25-0. Allison Wheeler next up. Lines one to left center field, and they called somebody out. I'm not entirely sure what happened.
I'm not
But
sure
the
either.
field umpire pointed towards like the on-deck circle and called somebody out. I think maybe we were just wanting to get this game moving a little bit. So 25-0. Bottom of the 5th coming up. This is Panther softball on Paola Sports Live.
Oh, hi, honey.
Hi, Grandma. I'm really sorry. I won't be able to make it today. I have way too much homework, and you don't have enough internet.
Oh, honey, I gotta go. I gotta go. Oh, I need more internet in my house.
Well, you know you could have just called, right?
Oh.
Call Go Brawley today.
bringing the law to your corner. That's Hartley Law Group. Attorney Jerry Hartley and her staff are dedicated to working for the results you want and to help you determine what actions you can take. Specializing in criminal defense, family law, guardianship and adoption, estate planning, probate, and trust litigation. To learn more, call 913-294-4512 or visit HartleyLawGroupLLC.com. The choice of a law firm and attorney are important decisions and should not be based solely on advertisements or websites.
Welcome back here. Time for the bottom of the 5th inning. $25-0. Fort Scott, a huge couple of innings. This is Rachel Astrup, the right fielder, grounded into a double play her first time up. This is her second at bat. 2-1 count. Fouled off. 2-2 now. That is a good pitch in there, called strike 3. So Astrup is down looking for the first out in the 5th. That is the 6th strikeout for Farley. Next up, Caitlin Bowsey, the catcher. Grounded out her first time up. Drilled down the left field line, well foul. Gets out of play, actually off the top of the fence. Pretty well hit to left, though. Bowsey's had a pretty nice game behind the plate, having to block a lot of balls. Been very active. Drops in there, 1-2. Good eye on the fastball upstairs. Once again, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors. Our presenting sponsor is Go Brawley. The pregame show is brought to us by Elliott Insurance Group. As the 2-2 pitch is fouled off back to the screen. The opening pitch was brought to us by Miami Lumber. Rusty Walters from Farm Bureau Financial Services was the halftime show sponsor. No halftime here in softball, but one of our great sponsors. It's a swing and a miss, ball in the dirt. They'll throw down to first to complete the strikeout for out number 2. That is 7 strikeouts for Farley as Taylor Huffman, the designated player, will stride in. Post-game show is brought to us by Paola Vet Clinic. As Huffman swings, fouls one back to the screen. From your pet to your herd, Paola Vet Clinic has over 90 years of veterinary experience to help give high-quality care at affordable pricing. Visit them at 1708 Industrial Road in Paola, or visit their website, wildcatvetclinic.com, to learn more. We're just kind of going to wrap this thing up when it's all over. One strike remaining, and that is it. Striking out the side was Farley to end the 5th and end the game. So 25-0. Fort Scott wins this game. They now improve to 15-4 on the year. Paola drops to 10-12. And they win the first game 5-1, win the second game 25-0. So for Caden Carbajo, I'm Ryan Helmer signing off from Paola. Once again, the post-game show is usually brought to us by the Paola Vet Clinic. But, we're going to wrap this thing up and get out of here. Unfortunately for Paola, they dropped the doubleheader, but we'll have more Panther action coming at you May 6th, I believe. Let me pop that graphic up one more time. Yeah, May 6th to be a girls soccer game. That's next up on the channel. Bonner Springs will be in town. And on Thursday, Ottawa comes to town for a baseball doubleheader. So we'll see you next time on Paola Sports Live. Hope everybody has a safe and a great night.
Thanks for watching. From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at varsitysportslive.com.